Hi, this is Paul from A to Z English IELTS reading tips. These will make it easier for you to get a high band score. The more you learn and the more strategies and tips you learn, the better you will do in the test. So these tips are based on an understanding of English. You need to understand English. Multiple choice questions, normally 3 choices, and because they are giving you the answers to these questions, i.e. they give you 3 answers, can't be that difficult, they want to make them more difficult, and the way to do that is use different methods to confuse you. These tips will remove that confusion. Read the instructions carefully. An important IELTS reading tip is always to read the questions carefully. The instructions differ from each question. For example, telling you how many words you can use or whether you can take the words you use directly from the text or not. So they will instruct you on how to answer the questions. So just follow what they say. Do not deviate from that. If they say answer in 3 words, answer in 3 words. So take care with spelling and grammar. Grammar, there's not much you can do about at this end, but spelling is different. Just make sure when you're copying a word from the text in front of you, get the spelling correct. You will be marked down if you don't. Highlight keywords in the text. So you've got the text in front of you. You can either read the questions first or read the text first. Your decision. But the bottom line is go through the text and see if you can highlight specific things like proper nouns, names of people, places and things. This will be useful to you when you're coming to answer the questions. This is why it's a good idea to look at the questions before you do the full reading. The more you do things, the better your answers will be. Spend 20 minutes on each reading section. In the actual text, you have 60 minutes to do 3 readings, and unlike the listening test, you don't have 10 minutes to transfer your answers at the end. So spend 20 minutes on each reading section and transfer your answers to the answer sheet within those 20 minutes. Make sure that you do your practice tests in line with this, so that you practice taking less than 20 minutes and transferring the answers. This way you will not go wrong. You will get it correct. Beware of synonyms. Synonyms, words that mean the same but spelt totally differently, totally different word, but they mean the same. This is why you have to highlight words, but the words you highlight may not be the words that you're being asked in your questions, because it's a synonym. This is a good idea, but remember it is not usually as easy as that, and the word in text will be a synonym of the word you have underlined. So be careful of just scanning to find the exact word you have highlighted in the question. You may then go on to the wrong place for the answer, so look out for synonyms when you are finding the right answer to the text question. This is why it's so important to understand English. The more English you understand, synonyms become easier. Now, some words you need to guess the meaning of the word from the context. The context basically is the use of the words around it. So look at the sentence, look at the word where it is placed. Read the sentence and see if you can actually work out what the word means. You should try and guess the meaning from the context. Looking at the words around the word and the sentence, this helps. You don't know, so you can make an educated guess as to what it means. It's a calculated risk, and a calculated risk is always better than guessing. However, you don't have much time, so do this as quickly as you can. Move on quickly through it so you don't waste any time. Move on if you don't know the answer. So if you get to a question, you've got no idea of the answer, you can't see the answer, don't keep looking. Go on. You can always come back to it. But the main thing is don't waste too much time on one question. Because it may be that there are questions later on that you can do, but if you waste too much time, you will not get to them. So do not waste too much time on one question. If you can't do it, leave it, come back. Identify and understand main ideas. This is the whole object of reading. You need to understand the gist, and then you need to understand the ideas within that gist. And if you do that, the rest is almost plain sailing. Each paragraph always has a main idea or topic. So you should practice identifying the main idea or of a paragraph, as this will help you find the answers to the questions. And in matching headlines to paragraphs type questions, you will have to identify the main idea in order to pick up the right heading. The answer's in front of you. You've just got to identify it. It is not difficult, but you can make it difficult if you don't follow the rules. Move down the text as you answer questions. The questions in each question set will nearly always follow the order of the text. So you know that when you have answered one question, the next answer will be below that. So move on through the reading because the next answer is below it. It's a good, worthwhile bet. Learn the skills of skimming and scanning. These are methods of speed reading you can practice before the test. Skimming is when you run your eyes over the whole text from beginning to end to get an idea of what it is all about. Whereas scanning is when you find one specific piece of information in a text. Maybe that you know what the answer is and you're looking for it. Read some parts of the text in detail. You won't have time to read the whole text in detail, but at times you will need to do this. When you are answering questions and you identify where the answer is in the text, you may need to read in detail to make sure you can work out the correct answer. Start practice tests slowly. In other words, the first practice test you do, take your time over it. There's no hurry. Doesn't matter how much time you do, you've got to get used to answering the questions and writing them down and getting comfortable about what you're doing. If it takes you too long, okay, practice will reduce the time you take to do the questions. So just start slowly and build up and go faster as you move forward. Gradually increase your speed when you practice. As your knowledge of the IELTS test improves, you can then start to speed up, but don't suddenly start trying to do the full reading practice test in 60 minutes. Gradually increase the time you spend on each test until you are ready to tackle them in 60 minutes. You will get there, guaranteed. Practice makes perfect. I hope this has helped you. If it has, please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell. It will help us. We also offer virtual face-to-face tuition. Use the link below this video to book your lesson. And thank you. I hope to see you again soon. Take care.